Hi guys, hope you're good. So we'll just get stuck in. So this week's book is The Skincare Bible by Dr. Anjali Mahto, and she's a consultant dermatologist, and her whole approach is she wants to educate the public and debunk skincare myths, and she provides a really evidence-based approach and advice in this book for all of your skincare questions and any of your skincare concerns too. And she goes into so many different topics like, why is the skin important? It's our biggest organ, yet a lot of us take it for granted, including myself. I didn't really start really looking after my skin until I was in my 30s. And she talks about like lifestyle in the skin, specific skincare concerns like acne, rosacea, dark eye circles, lifestyle in the skin, moles and skin cancer, specific skincare regimes, hormones, and how to find a good dermatologist. And she goes into specific detail in a lot of these things, particularly like the acne section, because she herself really suffered from this, and she debunks a lot of the myths associated around acne and what she actually would recommend if you were an acne sufferer. But she does that with so many other skincare conditions and so many other just like skincare products are out there, like natural, organic, her thoughts on those. And she's not saying that, you know, that you shouldn't use a lot of these products, but maybe just to be mindful of what you're using and what you're spending your money on. And she's just trying to give advice and help with the misinformation that's out there, because you might be looking for, say, like a natural organic product, but you're unaware of the ingredients that are in it, and you might have all the best intentions of maybe doing it for ethical reasons or just trying to be a bit more conscious of what you're actually putting on your skin. And with the best of intentions, you're trying to do that, but with the information that's out there, a lot of it's unregulated, so you might not be buying what you think you are and spending a lot of money on it as well. So it's quite helpful from that respect, that she's trying to just help you educate yourself. And she gives her thoughts on probiotics in skincare. And you know, something that might be good for the gut might not necessarily be good for the skin. And she says that a lot of research still needs to be done, but it could hold exciting possibilities for the future. And I enjoyed reading like the lifestyle section, because I think we all know that diet and food have a key role in our skincare. You know, like what it's like if you eat like fish and chips. You feel great when you're eating it, but then afterwards I literally feel like the grease is like coming out of my pores. And she just goes into detail about, you know, what food's good. You know, like dark leafy vegetables contain lutein, sweet potato, beta carotene, all these things are good for the skin. I think the key is like having like a good balanced diet is really important for the skin. But what I like to know is, why are we doing it? Why are we eating the foods? Like, I know it's good for the skin, but I wasn't quite exactly sure why. And it's because of all the antioxidants that are in the skin can help neutralize the free radicals that are in the skin. And those free radicals can just damage our DNA and damage like the structural parts of our skin that can lead to aging. So when I actually know the reason behind something, I think I'm more likely to actually implement it. And one of the take homes was sugar and how it can cause premature aging. And obviously we know too much sugar isn't good for us in our bodies anyway, but I didn't quite realize how it could affect the skin. And what sugar can do in time is bind to proteins, which causes new molecules to form that damage the structural components of our skin, like collagen, and can lead to like inflammation as well. But this happens over time, and it's just something that I think I'm just a little bit conscious of. Like I'm not someone who eats like tons of sugary sweets or anything like that, but I think it's just good to be aware again of like what these things can actually do like elsewhere in the body. Like obviously, you know, it can harm your teeth, too much sugar. But again, I wasn't really quite thinking about what it can do to your skin. And obviously I'm not saying I'm going to completely cut out sugar, that's not what I'm saying at all. Like I've got a very sweet tooth, but I think it would just help for me to be conscious if, say I was away for a weekend and I really overindulged and had like a really great time and my skin broke out, then I can kind of link back to, oh, well, I did eat quite a lot of sugar that weekend, so that's probably why my skin's having a bit of a flare up. And I think if you're someone who's trying to stop smoking and you love skincare, or you have skincare concerns, or you're maybe someone who's just trying to prevent aging as much as possible, then I think if you read that section, it might be something to motivate you in stopping smoking. And also another part of the lifestyle section was like pollution. Again, we know how much pollution can like affect our lungs and our breathing, but again, it's our outermost layer. The skin will get affected too. And she just has like a bit of a like skincare regime on like how to help, you know, just with like daily life. Unless you're going to like move to the remotest part of the country, your skin's going to get affected by everyday pollution. So that's another reason just why it's good to have a good skincare. It's just so you're getting rid of all the grime and things that your skin's been exposed to during the day. And one of the sections I really liked was the anti-aging section, and she really loves retinoids, and she really goes into detail about that, about which ones you can get, why they're different, which ones are stronger. For example, tretinoin, which is a prescription only retinoid, doesn't have to go through as many conversion steps, so that's why it's more effective on the skin. but usually that's prescription only. But I recently went to Spain, and you can get it over the counter in Spain, and it can be like 20 times stronger than some of the retinols that you can get like over the counter. So she just goes into detail about the different ones if you're like unfamiliar, or if you just think it's a bit scary. I was very scared about using like acids and like retinols. I just didn't really know what they were going to do to me. But it is important to read up about them, because something like a tretinoin, because it's so strong, you know, it can lead to irritation and scaling, which I found that that one that I got in Spain, like I was using it way too often, and it did cause me like quite a bit of scaling. So I've just dialed it right back, because I was used to using like ones that I could get over the counter. I was using it more frequently, and I shouldn't have done, because it is a lot stronger. So it's just good when things are explained to you like that. You can just make more educated decisions. And also, like, these kind of products are expensive. You know, a lot of these ones that you get over the counter, especially not like a retinol, I think it's just good to be educated on what you're spending your hard-earned cash on. I've also tried like Skin and Me, and that was good because it was like a tailor-made skincare product that was sent out to me, but obviously the retinol was a lot less. And I've been using like a vitamin A now probably for 3 years or something like that, and I definitely noticed I had quite a bit of like pigmentation, and that I would say has definitely been one of the things that has helped with my pigmentations. And even like the over-the-counter stuff, you can get results in like 12 weeks, and it helps with like pigmentation spots, skin cell renewal, collagen production. So it is one of the most tested and researched things to help with anti-aging if you're going to invest in anything. But one of the topics she talks loads about is sunscreen. And if you had used that, if I'd have used sunscreen when I was like 15, and like, yes, I had it in my moisturizer, I guess, but I would never really like apply it. I don't think I was like really aware of it. Like, I mean, I would probably put like a little bit on holidays and stuff, but as a preventative, if you just nailed your sunscreen use early, then you wouldn't have to spend loads of money on these products when you're older. So I really wish when I was younger, I wish I used sunscreen more and was a bit more conscious of my sunscreen use. But she really goes into detail about that. She talks so many times about sunscreen, and like how, you know, a lot of people don't think you need to wear it on like cloudy days, but she's like 100% you have to, because UV radiation can still penetrate on cloudy, wintry days. And even some of my friends that I've spoke to don't wear sunscreen on like cloudy days. They only wear it when it's sunny. And it's such a cheap thing that you can buy in comparison to all these other products that can help with like those fine lines showing. And not just that, but also like skin cancers. You know, we need to be more aware of this and just like protecting our skin. And then there's also a section on anti-age treatment. So like Botox, dermal fillers, chemical peels, microneedling. So she talks about all of those sort of things in detail, and she's very honest about what she's had. So she's had Botox, dermal fillers, she's had a number of things, some just because she was curious, and some because she actually kind of wanted to maybe experience it so she could then relate to patients when they're having it done. And she very much wants you to be educated when you're trying to find someone to do these products. So she's very like specific if you're wanting a dermatologist, what exactly you need to look for. So there's a whole section on like finding a good dermatologist if that's the kind of route that you want to go down. And obviously we know that other professions can do these sort of things as well, you know, like dentists, nurses. Just make sure that you've done your research on who is doing these things to your face. You know, it's good to know from word of mouth, check their socials, you know, check their credentials. Make sure that they haven't just done like a day course and that they're claiming that they're an expert in something. Like, make sure that they have had a lot of experience if you're going to go down that route. It's important because it is your face after all. I've only had experience from microneedling. I really enjoyed that. I actually find it very therapeutic when I have microneedling done. I really want to get another one done soon. It's been a while since I've had it. I've actually got a little microneedler. I've actually got a microneedler, is that what you call it? At home, and it's just like 2.5 mils. And I do try and do that twice a week. I got that from Base Skincare. I think it was about £40, but I love doing that to my face. Like, and it doesn't hurt at all, and it's like a little bit scratchy, but I quite like the feel of it. And I would just cleanse and then microneedle and then apply my products, but I wouldn't use retinol that night. And that's just like a nice thing that I try and do routinely for my skin that I really like. There's also a section on skin cancers and like what you should look for. So she's got this acronym ABCDE. I'm gonna do like a little short on that, but she's just like explaining like what are the signs to look for in changing moles. And she really highlights that, you know, if you are someone who has got quite a lot of moles, then maybe like every month you should do like a head to toe assessment of your body. So develop a system so you're not missing any points of your body. And she also says like pay particular attention to like your buttocks, genital areas, your palms and the soles of your feet, which I probably wouldn't have really looked for like moles and spots in those areas specifically. I mean, your palms you probably see like all the time, but like your soles of your feet and your buttocks and genital areas, like I don't think many people are spending like a lot of time looking for like moles and spots in that area. So she's just trying to like make you very aware of checking your body for these sort of things. And she also says like you can pay privately to get like an annual mole assessment where a dermatologist would like do photos of like all the moles in your body and things like that, but obviously not everyone can pay privately. So if you can just get in the habit of checking yourself, maybe get someone you trust to like check your back and I don't know, your buttocks or whatever. But she also says like if you've got like private healthcare, you can pay like for an annual like mole check for like a dermatologist to like go through all of them. But if you don't have healthcare, then I guess like every month you could just try and take like a full body photograph of any moles that you have and just make sure they're not changing over time. So yeah, I think if you're a skincare nerd like me, then this book is great because it's coming from someone who's medically trained in this field. It's coming from evidence-based perspective. She has to keep on top of her research, and she's trying to bust the myths around a lot of skincare products, and she's trying to provide a very honest-based approach as to what you should spend your money on if you want to improve your skin, because there is so much misinformation out there. If you're not a skincare geek, then it might be a bit in depth for you, but to be honest, I think it's something we all should pay a bit more attention to. I mean, it's our biggest organ and it does get neglected so much. So yeah, even if you're maybe not sure if you want to dedicate the time to reading the book, maybe just check out her socials, because she does spend a lot of time like giving really sound advice on that. Yeah, so let me know if you've read the book, if you've got any other skincare recommendations or any products that you would recommend. I love trying new skincare products. My most recent purchase was the Elemis Fig Cleanser. Oh, it smells divine. It smells like pine, like fresh pine. Even though it's meant to be fig, it smells amazing. So I really enjoy taking my makeup off with that. That's been my most recent skincare purchase, but I did do a Get Ready With Me where I talked about some of the products that I use on that. So if you want to see some more of the products that I've been using lately, then you can check out that video. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Thanks if you've made it all the way here. Today's actually Easter Sunday, but my parents have buggered off to Lisbon. No, I'm joking, they're gonna have a lovely time in Lisbon. But I'm just doing adulting things today. I'm just gonna chill, and I actually went to the London Girls Book Club yesterday. So that was the first time I've ever joined a book club, and I think I mentioned in the previous video, just trying to make like-minded friends. And it was really nice. It was actually nice going to a sign of a social thing where you don't know anyone, where you've got a topic of interest that you all have in common to talk about. So we all specifically spoke about the book, because I think sometimes when you first meet people, like the small talk's a bit awkward, but when you've actually got a topic you're all involved in, then it's easier to kind of strike up conversation. So it's really nice. And we also did like a sound bath, which was like a meditation thing, so I had a great sleep last night. So yeah, I've not actually finished the book. It was called Conversations on Love, so I will be doing a video on that soon. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But thanks so much guys for watching, and take care. Bye!